Jay Walsh.
Jay.
Ah.
Hey. So, unmute Jay.
Unmute.
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Welcome.
I can hear you. How's it going?
Right,
Jay?
all good, man. I've just got to get the video running.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm not sure how to do this.
Mm.
Safe driving mode.
Just answer this.
Start my video. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That's it. Nice one.
Perfect.
We're on.
Hey.
Hey, man.
How's it going?
Hey, man.
All good. How are you?
Perfect, man.
Not yet drunk.
Good.
Thank you. Hey.
Cheers.
I'm with this shit. This is Matis, not beer.
What?
Unfortunately.
But
well, the next one.
Federico is steady since a few weeks. Since 3 weeks almost. You're daddy, right, Fede?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Now,
So he's more responsible now.
Yeah.
I'm not the old metalhead that I used to be. How about you, Jay? How's it going?
All is good, Mum. Yeah. Yes. It's I've got a day off today and back in tomorrow, but it's all good. I'm just chilling out, man. It's all good.
Nice.
Same as you. I've just been watching a Charlie Benanto video, and you look exactly like him to me now.
This guy. Yeah, Sean looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we are not. I think we are not good with the instruments. You know, I love music, but I can't play anything. You know, so no. So that's because all of you are my heroes. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm off of the mosh pit support troop.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Well, it's an honor to meet you, man. Like, I listened to you since, I don't know, since your debut, I think, back in the day, since ages. I have to catch up on the new material. And you have been really awesome thrash from the very first day. It's really an honor to meet you.
Cheers, Mom.
Cheers. How are you dealing with the COVID situation? No gigs, no concerts, nothing is happening, right?
No, it's been okay though. It's a bit frustrating, but we've got writing going on. We've got new songs written. Things are happening behind the scenes. In one way, it's nice to have a little bit of a sort of no pressure to go and gig. Although it's starting to get to the point now where it's just like, well, we want to now. Well, not that we didn't want to, but it's getting to the point where we've like done enough of other stuff. It's time to go and do it. So, but as with everyone, there's nothing we can do about it. We play the waiting game and sit and write and drink and carry on and do what we do. It's not the worst situation to be in. But
have you guys been writing individually or have you been like getting together and writing together and performing together, or is it just all send you a track over email or the internet?
With Xentrix?
Yeah,
with Xentrix, Stan's been doing a lot of home demoing of stuff. I've been doing home demoing, and then he's sending tracks with drum machine on it. I can't remember the drum program now. I've actually got it, but not the one he's got. But yeah, and then I'm putting vocal patterns together and then writing lyrics. So it's been okay. It's been good being off and not being able to do anything, because then I can it's no big rush for time or trying to find the time to come up with decent vocal patterns and lyrics, which it takes me ages. But so that's good. It's a positive. Yeah. So we've actually got. I spoke to him a couple of days ago. I think it's 12 songs we've got, which are fully demoed. They've got full sets of lyrics, full vocal patterns, solos are in. Everything's on it. Den's working on drum alterations and parts he wants to do. I think Chris is. I haven't actually spoken to Chris. I presume Chris is. But we've got the next album ready. there's no like track order or anything like that, but we've got enough songs that we'll be picking and choosing 40 minutes or whatever. And we've
That's
got
awesome.
enough. We've got enough of them now that there's a couple that we were talking about the other day, a couple of days back, which neither of us are like that happy with anymore. We liked them at the time, but they've just the newer ones we've been doing are like wipe the floor with them. So they're the replacements. They're the new ones that are in, and the other ones will be B-sides or whatever. They're not bad. It's just they're not as good. And it was
cool.
funny. It was funny that me and Stan both sort of picked the same couple we've been listening back to, and it's like they're not as quite as good as we'd like them to be, but they're fine as they are. Leave them for B-sides or whatever.
And when do you think that you'll be recording them?
We were hoping to go in November, but then everything sort of got worse again, so that was shelved. We're hoping at some point this year, as soon as we can.
Awesome.
Like, it's good. Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to get it out and get it moving. Although it's a bit of a shame that we haven't really been able to do much with the last one because of everything. But still,
right.
It's still there. It's still out for people to listen to and hopefully like. So that's cool. That's cool too.
How you can see the next summer festival season?
This year, I don't.
No.
This year I don't. No. I don't see. Even though there's like vaccinations and stuff going on, it's. Although saying that, it changes every 5 minutes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I was looking at your Bloodstock set. It was awesome. A couple of years ago at the last Bloodstock.
Cool. That was the main stage one. On the main stage. Yeah. That was cool.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
I think Xentrix is like underrated band. I don't know why. I
Absolutely
loved that band when I was a kid, and my friends is like, what is Xentrix? But I really love.
Yeah, I was the same, man. I was the same. Yeah, I loved them. I grew up learning to play stuff of theirs before I was in it. So yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So how was that when you started playing for them? So having been like a fan and then playing for them, was it surreal?
Yeah, a little bit. It was cool. When I was first learning to play guitar, when I was 13, 14, or once I started learning again to play guitar, but like a heavy metal version of it. My first bands and stuff, I used to send demo tapes off to Den, the drummer, and get his opinion, and I'd speak to him every 6 months. I'd ring him and say, "What's going on? Can we get a gig?" Do you know what I mean? Trying to promote you.
That's awesome.
So yeah, and then I'd met them a couple times. I'd met Stan. Stan does audio visual. He's got an AV company, and he was doing some AV work for Sabat when they were playing on a ferry in Sweden, and I was over there with another band I was playing. I met him there, and just bumped into him a few times over the years. Then when Xentrix got back together properly, we did a couple gigs with my other band with them, and they said they've got a new album being written and what have you, and it's on the way. And it's like, okay, cool. And then nothing. I didn't hear anything about it. No one heard anything about it. And then I bumped into him at Bloodstock a couple of years before we'd played it as us. And I said, "What's going on with this album?" And he said, "Well, Chris has gone again. Chris has left." He said, "You don't fancy playing guitar, do you?" I said, "What, for you lot?" And he goes, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, I'll do it."
That's awesome.
that was like, but then he said, "Okay." He said, "Well, leave it with me." He said, "If it's a goer, I'll get in touch with you in a month or two." So I'm like, "All right, whatever." So and then he did. So I went up there and learned a few songs, rehearsed, auditioned. It was fine. And they were after a singer still. Stan wanted a separate singer for it. And we were going on for about 12 months trying out different people, and nothing was quite right. Nothing sounded just like Xentrix enough. And in the end, I said, "Right, I'm going to a couple of these. And Stan goes, "You can't sing, can you?" And I said, "No, but I think I'm going to have to try." So that's what happened.
That's an incredible story, man.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I think Hetfield was in the same situation. Metallica's Hetfield. He didn't want to sing in the beginning. Yeah, exactly the same story. Interesting. How was it for you to find your voice? Like, how did you tune in?
I did vocals a long time ago, in about 90, 91, 92-ish, with a band. Which I would, it was the same situation. We couldn't find a singer to do it. So I was like, right, I'm going to have to do it. But I wasn't very good at it then. Not that I'm brilliant at it now, but I struggled with it then. No, it was limiting. And then when I was doing it again, it was good once I'd unlocked it. It was very difficult to get it unlocked, to play it properly. You can blag your way through a song playing it and do the vocals. Or you do it properly with the vocals. So I knew I had to do it properly with the vocals for this one. And but yeah, it was difficult. But
so how did you get better at singing? Like, was it just a matter of just more practice, or did you take lessons, or like how did you get better?
We did some demos. Once we'd done a couple songs, I said, right, I'm going to learn 3 songs. Did Balance of Power, Crimes and Questions, I think. Yeah, and learned those 3, went to rehearsal, whacked through those, and everyone was like, it doesn't sound bad, it sounds okay, it sounds pretty good. So it's like, all right, okay. And then I went up to Stan's place, where he does his AV audio stuff, did some demos, just vocal demos in there on top of old Xentrix songs. Did a day of that, and it was like, yeah, this is going to work, this will be fine. And then it was a case of just going in and rattling out all the vocals for the album, and just going back over it, going back in, getting it sound better, going back in, and until it was right. And then just rehearsing it at home and rehearsing it at rehearsal properly at like war volume level until it sounded okay. Yeah, and then we're away. Yeah. Yes. Strange one being a front man for Xentrix.
yeah. It looks sometimes like bright, and then nobody knows where's the band, and then come back again. And many bands passed the same way this couple of years ago about new albums, new great albums, and then this lockdown, and then all of us, it's like missing the gigs. How do you think about that? To play your new songs, to be the reaction of the crowd.
This is it. It's all of that's gone, isn't it, at the moment? Yeah, the last gig I saw was the Testament gig. It was the Bay Area Thrash Tour in Bristol, in my home city, and I think that was the beginning of March. Or was it February? It might have been February. I can't remember now.
Yeah.
But that was last year.
It was in the beginning of March. Testament. Death Angel, I think.
Testament, Death Angel. Yeah.
We took these days with Damien Sison, from Death Angel. It was the last tour of them, and many of them were COVID with them. In that.
Yeah.
They must have canceled some
after that. Yeah.
The crew. Yeah, that's quite bad. When was the last gig of Xentrix? Was last year?
It was
before.
Yeah, it was. No, it was last February, I think, in Birmingham.
Okay.
It was I think it was something to do with Metal Hammer magazine.
Yeah.
But if I remember rightly, it was actually a weekend festival. I think we played the Sunday of it. Yeah.
And at that time,
we'd done one before that. We'd done one. Actually, it might have been March. No, it was February. It's definitely February. I think we went to Portugal in beginning of February, and then the following weekend we were in Birmingham.
Yeah.
That was all we did last year.
What do you think at that time? It was like a lockdown for a couple of weeks, and then almost a year. Man,
Yeah,
how do you manage that?
it's just going on and on and on, isn't it? It's just I don't know. I don't know what to think really. I don't think anyone does, do they?
Yeah, do you have another project, another stuff to do? Maybe music.
Yeah, well, I've got my other band, Bullriff Stampede. We've been working on stuff for that. That's the third album of that we've been working on.
Oh, nice.
Actually, Dave's now in Onslaught. The singer of that, the singer guitarist of Bullriff, is now singing. He's now frontman for Onslaught. So we got me doing Xentrix. Dave's doing Onslaught. The Bullriff drummer is also in Onslaught now.
Mix up, total mix up.
We just need Rod to join Acid Rain or Sabat if they get back together, or Slammer.
Sabat, what happened to them actually? Like, dissolved at some point. Do they exist? No, they don't exist anymore.
Sabat, that doesn't exist. They did some comeback gigs about 2009 or 10.
Yeah.
I think they were more for the hell of it more than anything, more for the laugh, the crack of it more than anything serious.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they did those. They had Giz Butt playing bass for them on those. He used to be a guitarist in Prodigy.
Oh.
As well as many other sort of punky and metally rock bands. English Dogs he was in as well. But he was playing bass for them at that point. And that's when Stan was doing the video for them over on that Sweden ferry thing. It's like a 24-hour metal ferry, metal crew.
Right, awesome. We recently discovered a very young metal band. We will interview probably in 2 days. They're called Brutality, and they're like 15, 16 years old. Like starting out really very young. Like, it's so interesting to see. What do you think about the new bands coming up now? What feeling is it when you see like a new wave of thrash bands and new stuff popping up like continuously? When we have been young, everybody thought, okay, it will cease to exist metal like in 5 years. Everybody will grow up, everybody will abandon the scene, and now it's still going on endless,
The problem with that theory is there's nothing else that a lot of people want to listen to that can like satisfy as much. I think.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's the thing about it. I can. There's all these other different sort of types of metal that have come up, like the ones where you've got to have a maths degree to work out the riffs. It's the gent stuff. It's like it's got so involved. I think Meshuggah started that, didn't they? But I do really like Meshuggah, but the distance other bands have run with that sort of thing, it is like it. I can't listen to that for long. I don't like it too extreme of that. But so you stay with I stay with my thrash, basically thrash and metal and rock and stuff. I see you've got a Kiss poster behind you there.
Yeah.
I
know the British ones. These guys. These guys.
Right. But do you discover new stuff as well?
Xentrix,
oh yeah, sorry, man. Yeah, the new stuff. Yeah, I do listen to a lot of new stuff. There's loads of people it's all around the world that are doing it, but there's a lot of people I know in this country that are doing new bands and bringing stuff up, and some older friends who are doing more music now. Some haven't been doing music for 20 years or whatever, and now they're back into doing a band. I think they've got to the point where they've thought, right, if I want to, and if I don't do it now, I'm going to be dead before I decide to. So as you get older, you do it or you don't. So, yeah. But yeah, there's a few like decent bands cropping up. A band called Trapped in Purgatory, who I used to be in a band with two of them. They've spent 2 years doing this album, and they got it together and dropped it it was about a month ago digitally, but it came through the post today actually, because I ordered it, did the pre-order for it, It came through late, and it's good. Yeah, they're good, man. It's the old boys have still got it.
Yeah, gotta check it out. Like the cover is like typical thrash cover.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Very cool.
And so how has the? Sorry, Michael, you go.
Yeah, it's okay.
I was just going to say, how has the metal scene in the UK in the last 10, 20 years? Has it changed in any particular way? Developed in a particular way?
I don't think it's changed. Well, it has changed musically. It's changed. There's a lot more. It's a lot more diverse now, I think, and there's a lot more bands that are very good quicker. It's not a case of they would go and write songs, slog it out at rehearsals for a year, and then go gigging and get better. Most of them are like brilliant as soon as they got in a room together, because the technology's allowed them to learn their instruments and their craft better, and the pool of what they're listening to is far like more difficult to play, I think, or there's more notes per second. It's more BPM, more notes per second, more beats per like minute and what have you, and people are better at it younger now, I think.
That's interesting. Yeah.
But it doesn't mean they can write songs.
Yeah. How long do you take for a song, like as a band, as Xentrix? Like, how long does it take for one song to be really perfect, to be really ironed out?
I don't know. I don't know how long Stan takes, like a few weeks. He's got several songs on the go at any one time, and he'll like keep going on one and then stop and carry on with another and then get there with this. I generally have to work one until I'm finished on it, and then when that's finished, I'm then okay to move on to the next one. But I work like that.
Do you have songs you abandon in the middle as well? Like when you start, you have a good idea, you write the first riffs, and then at some point you see, okay, probably.
See, Stan does that. See, he'll get so far with a song, not know where to go with it or something. I think, okay, I'll leave that for now, and I'll come back to that. And then he'll either come back to it or doesn't. But I'll stay on it, and then if I can't get it to work, or can't get it to sound good, I'll just throw it away and then start on another one then. So it's either something I wouldn't mind pressing play on repeatedly, or it goes in the bin, because it's like Yeah.
I think it's hard to calibrate that feeling if a song is really perfect or not. You know, I think when I'm not a musician, but I'm an artist in other ways. And when I see my work, it's never really perfect. You know, it's always something wrong. It's always incomplete. You know.
I know what you mean. You have to get to a point where you leave it alone and say, okay, that's enough. That it's good enough now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Otherwise, you can keep picking at it and pulling at it for years, can't you?
Exactly. Right. No, you gotta stop. Cheers, man.
Yeah, man.
Exactly that. I remember Chinese Democracy from Guns N' Roses were like 13 years, waiting for the record, the new record, and then was like, no, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It could have been a lot quicker, couldn't it?
Yeah. Do you like another kind of music or another kind of subgenre of metal to hit?
Yeah. I like Kiss. I don't know why, but I don't really know why. I'm just sort of I'm more impressed and like liking it now than I ever did. I remember seeing them in 1988, and I didn't like it then. I didn't like them then, and but I do now. I like Maiden and the metal bands, Dio, Maiden, Sabbath, stuff like that. And then I like my thrash. I really like Overkill. I'm impressed with the shirt, man. Yeah, I really do. Like Overkill is one of my top 3 bands. Pantera's. Yeah.
And did you tour with some of that bands?
Pardon?
Did you tour? Did you got tour with those bands?
I've done gigs. I've done a couple gigs with Anthrax. That was with my old band. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I did a load of gigs with Blaze Bailey. I can't remember who we were with. We did a lot of festivals and stuff. Mostly festivals with those bands. I'm just trying to think now. Onslaught.
Yeah,
Played a load of it.
Yeah, we love Blaze Bailey and his band. Absolva band.
Oh right, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, cool people. Yeah.
Are there any bands that you would love to tour with in the future when touring's a thing again?
I'd like to go out with Machine Head.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, Machine Head would be cool, especially now Maida and Contos is back in. Well, for the minute, that would be wicked.
Nice.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, you put me on the spot there with that. Violence as well. I'd like to do some gigs with Violence now they're back together, especially with Gustafsson. Bobby's like from Overkill's in it, and Overkill, of course. Yeah, I'd like to do. Yeah, I'd like to do a load of gigs with Overkill.
Yeah, it's such a pity that Gustafsson left Overkill. Like it changed completely afterwards.
Yeah, but it's still good. It's still good.
Yeah, of course. I love him. I love him live. I love the voice of Bobby Blitz. Is like it's legendary. Yeah. But like, what was the last album? Years of Decay was the last album with Gustafsson, and the songs are just, each song is just like perfect. Afterwards, he developed a much more groovy style.
Yeah, it went into this groovy sort of thing, but then Ironbound's like full on. Electric Eight. Well, the later stuff when this lineup's got in gear, like the Electric Age is like kicking ass. That album is flawless. It is. I saw them. Was it last year? I can't think now. Might have been last year. The whole thing of not doing anything for a year has thrown me. Whether it was last year or the year before, but they played at the Fleece. They played at the Fleece in Bristol, and it's a small club, and it's fucking wicked, man. The Overkill in there was amazing. It was like that was the best Overkill show I've ever seen.
Yeah.
They had to like walk through the bar to get to the stage, and got up there plugged in, and it was really good. Yeah.
Right. Especially live.
Back to the roots, like the tiny places, tiny venues.
Yeah, it was a proper metal gig, man. It was good.
Cool. Yeah, thrash, especially live, thrash rules still. It's one of the best live sensations, I mean, I'm a huge fan of the Pit, actually, and black metal, there's nothing really going on. Death metal, it depends what style, but thrash, it always rules, like Overkill, Exodus, all those Pits rule. I've never had the honor to attend to see you guys live. I never made it for some reason. But yeah, thrash is usually the best live stuff. Death Angel 2 at Metal Days was awesome. It was just great.
Right. Yeah. They're I think they're better than ever live at the moment. I've seen them quite a few times over the last like 3 years. I've probably seen Death Angel 4 times, and each time they're really, really good. Yeah,
I think they're getting better. It's like,
that's what I mean.
Look like old band, but it's not old. It's like powerful and better and better. Yeah.
Good.
Just Act 3. It's like one legendary album, but 30 years ago, it's still doing better music.
That was the thing. Like you were saying earlier about the age of the musicians. They were really the only ones that were available across the Atlantic of like teenagers that were like of that young doing thrash that I'd heard of. Because I know Metallica weren't very old at that point, but like Death Angel were very young. They were 14, weren't they, when they were like writing decent stuff and performing it.
Yeah, and they are so so high energy alive.
Yeah,
all the time. It's like so enthusiastic. You must do mosh pit. You need to do that.
But most of the bands get better, actually. Like you guys, we interviewed David White from Heathen as well, Heathen lately, and all those new albums, they just rule. Like they get better with each album, mainly, I think.
Yeah.
Only in some occasions you have some bands who lose it somehow, but it's not really many.
Yeah.
What a feeling is it to play live actually in front when you just go on stage? How do you feel?
I don't know anymore.
Too long ago.
Yeah. No, it's good. You just go. I just go onto autopilot. Pretty much.
Yeah. Right.
I've been gigging since I was, well, my first gig was when I was 15, and I pretty much gigged at least once a month or twice a month for most of the time after that, and if not more. If some of the bands I've been like, I went away for like 3 months at one point. That was fucking wicked. And like a couple of times I've been away, like away, and I just go onto autopilot. Go on there, make sure. I know. Like it just needs to sound good, and you just need to make sure that. Or I like to think that it sounds good. Yeah.
What's your best memory you have on stage? Was there some really memorable moments, some great moments?
Oh God. Touring Brazil. There's no actual one place, I don't think. I've got loads of great memories, man. Brazil. I toured Brazil 3 times. It's really cool. I actually spoke to the tour manager that had us over there each time, Silvio. I spoke to him on Facebook chat actually, Saturday night just gone, and had a catch up with him. But yeah, Brazil, all of Brazil, playing in a place called Belém up in over the Amazon River.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a venue. It was made of wood, built over like this jetty on the Amazon River. And we were playing there, and the place was rammed, man. It was like full of people from all around, and there was like bugs flying around for the lights and stuff that were like the size of baseballs with wings.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I remember keeping my bag. I remember keeping my bag. Like the backstage area was this like up on stilts. And I remember keeping my bag up, out off the chair and out of the way from any walls or anything in case anything crawled in it. I just like, yeah. Brazil, that was really good. Went to Russia a couple of times. That was cool. Yeah.
How are Russian fans? Russian fans are harder than the rest, or?
Yeah, there's some hard drinkers there, man. There are some hard spirit drinkers in Moscow, at least, and St. Petersburg. Yeah, St. Petersburg and Moscow I played, and I did a festival there. It was outside of Moscow, and that was the most amount of people I played to. I can't remember how many it was now, but yeah. There's loads of good memories, man. It's good fun. I'm glad I do it or did it.
You have the chance when you are traveling like that, touring. Do you have the chance to visit the places or make some like touring stuff?
Yeah, we do. Every band I've been in that's been fortunate enough to go away, we've made time for it. There has been times where we've gone. The Brazil ones we didn't have much time for, purely because of the distances between each show. Like we'd be finished in one place, and we were traveling most of it by land as well, at very high speed, with Silvio racing a van around Brazil. So basically we would finish the gig, get back to the hotel, have some drinks, chill out for a couple hours, get up about 3 hours later, get in the van, and start driving 10 hours.
Yeah, it's quite strange. Well, I'm living right now in Argentina. Do you just came to South America just for Brazil, don't you?
No, I played in Buenos Aires one time with Blaze.
With Blaze.
We did that. We did Brazil. We went into Peru, Chile, and then we flew to Argentina. Did the Buenos Aires gig, and then flew home from there. flew back to London from there then.
Awesome. I mean, this summer in Europe will be still like fucked with a virus, but Fede here, our beloved Fede, is like organizing, when it's winter season in Europe, he's organizing a metal festival in Patagonia. So maybe this will be the first live gig in a while for you.
Oh, right.
Awesome. Yes.
Cool.
You're invited.
Yeah.
I hope this stuff open, and well, I want to receive you here.
It would be cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be good. Yeah. Well, hopefully it'll all.
About our festival, because Blaze used to play here a couple of years ago in 2019. Yeah.
In which 2019?
Yeah, 2019. Yep.
Was that when he had local musicians from Argentina?
No, from Absolva guys.
He had Chris and Luke.
It was Chris, Martin, and Carl.
Luke.
Not.
Oh right, yeah. Luke went off to Ice Earth, didn't he?
Yeah. That tour.
Oh fucking hell! Ice Earth, unbelievable! What happened to Sam? Like, what's happening now to Ice Earth? Like, I don't know. They dissolved. They still exist. Like,
everyone's abandoned him, haven't they now? So it's like,
yeah, right.
I can understand why, but it's like, I don't know. He shouldn't have been there doing that, should he? But you know, what can you do? He obviously believed wholeheartedly he was doing the right thing, didn't he?
Yeah. On one side, I think like it's understandable. Like if it crashes, on the other side, I mean, keep politics out. You know, everybody loses it for a while, and everybody does bullshit. You know, and
well, what I don't understand about this, right, is if over the last 20 or 30 years, there's all this like turn in public opinion that if someone's done something wrong, then you should give them that second chance. You should help them. You should make allowances, this, that, and the other. But then on the flip side of that, anytime a musician is stepping out of line lately, it's like off with his head. You know, it's like there's a lot of double standards going on with all this sort of thing, and a lot of it, I think, is how people would like to have themselves perceived by anybody they know on the internet. On their Facebook friends list, they don't want to look like they're saying the wrong thing, or you know, it's like it's all a bit two-faced and shit, really. I think. It was a lot better when people, if they disagreed with someone else, had it out with them instead of just going, off with his head, delete him. You know, it's just like,
I mean, what he did was shit, you know, but okay, let's punish him. It's in front of the court. He has to go through the shit, you know, but why dissolve the band? And
exactly. There's no working through it anymore, is it? It's just throw them in the bin. There's no working through it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's not like it used to be with things are just too different, aren't they? Things are too different.
Yeah, some politics, you know, it's like so bad in the relationship between persons in the band.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, people don't know how to work things out or move on or accept they're wrong or whatever. It's just, I don't know.
And how's your relationship between you guys in the band? You live, you know, more or less close one of the other?
They do. Chris actually he's moved. I'm just trying to think where he's moved. I think it's not too much further away. I think it's just round. Yeah, Chris, Den and Stan all live like within about an hour. Den's up in Blackpool. Chris, I can't remember where he's moved to now. He's somewhere in the vicinity of Manchester, I think. and
Manchester's our favorite place in the world, I think. There's so many people from Manchester. Such a great metal scene, I think. So many awesome bands coming out of Manchester.
It's cool. Yeah, Manchester is cool. I do like it up there. I haven't been out up there for a long time, but I've done a fair few gigs and nights out around there. It's cool. But yeah, they're all like, I'm about 3.5 hours south from them, so I don't don't see them as often as they see each other. Under normal, have you got red wine there, sir?
Yeah, I'm through half a bottle. I am already. So
I do too.
Okay, cheers.
Wow. Right, what percentage? What
it's the joy of the late interviews, you know.
What percentage are you running, and what is it?
Wait, it's a Spanish wine. It's
Yeah.
a cheap Spanish wine, and it has 13.
13. Good.
That's not my advertising here, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm just
Fair
with
play.
hot water. It's here. That's all. Like
You got daddy, Fede. You got daddy now. You have to
The
take care.
body is a temple.
The body's a temple.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm a good 3.5 hours south from them. So I only really see them if we go and rehearse and stuff under normal circumstances.
So are you in Bristol?
Yeah, man.
Nice. I remember seeing Opeth there a couple of years ago in Bristol.
I might have been at that gig. Was that at the O2?
Yeah.
Who else was on the bill?
Familiar.
Who else was on that bill?
I can't remember.
Was it someone like Creator or something? Was it like a real heavier band?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it was Creator. I'm just trying to think. But yes, it's 2018 or 17 maybe.
Yeah, I think I was there. I'm just trying to think.
Cool.
Because there was 3 bands on it, I think. Is that the one? And it was almost like I couldn't understand why the match of those bands was for that lineup. But I can't remember.
I can't remember. Remember, honestly. Yeah. But
Because
I just remember I was living in London, and so I traveled down to Bristol to see, because Opeth weren't playing in London for whatever reason. They scheduled shows all around the UK.
Yeah.
But they weren't playing in London.
Okay.
Do you know why that would be? Because
because London. Because London's a pain in the ass, man. That's why.
I thought, man, if they were in London, surely they would be able to sell out a couple of shows at least for London.
Probably.
But they just didn't go there. I'm like, okay, fair enough. So, but yeah, Bristol's a cool city as well. It's a really cool city, like bit alternative, I guess, compared to other parts of the UK. Yeah,
definitely. I've been here 20 years plus now. I would never move. It's perfect size. It's not too big. It's not too small. There's some good venues here. There's some good bars. Well, hopefully there'll still be some good bars here when all this is shifted out of the way.
Yeah.
There's some good metal shops and bits and bobs. Good scene. And also cool. It's ideal for traveling, man. It's right on the intersection of all the motorways. Mm-hmm. It's fucking 1 hour from Birmingham.
Okay.
2.5 if you put your foot down for Manchester, sort of in north. London's 2 hours straight up the M4. So not that I'll try and avoid London as I do.
Yeah.
It's normally so rammed there. It becomes a bane, or became a bane. But I'm actually traveling up there a few times a week at the moment. I drive trucks is what I do, like for my normal work. And I've been going up to Princess Royal at Park Royal a few times a week, and it's actually okay at the moment because there's not much traffic on the roads.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But
the traffic there must be insane. Like in normal times.
In normal time, it's fucking horrendous up there.
Yeah.
But the one positive of a lockdown.
What about streaming stuff? That's because I asked you about the streaming concerts and gigs. Do you have the chance to do that? Do you like the idea?
I would, but I don't know. It just feels like you're giving into it. I don't know. I understand there's a lot of bands that need to do it because their income has completely gone. The bands that are reliant on touring and stuff to be able to function financially.
Yeah.
The way the point we're at the moment is is basically we don't have to be gigging to function financially for the band or ourselves. Not saying that everyone needs to be doing band stuff to finance themselves, but for an up and running band that's been doing thrash pretty much consistently for 20 years or 30 years or whatever, I would imagine that being outside of the touring cycle, which has been going on for 20 or 30 years, is a complete axe down the middle of what they do.
Yeah.
So I can see that they're looking at some way of connecting and keeping hold of the fan base as well, and what have you. But it's nothing that we'll do, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the people surrounding the bands, like roadies and the whole industry, the whole music industry is like affected. Yeah.
There's loads of people. It's I don't know how they're getting along. Well, I do, because I know a few of them, but it's completely pulled the rug out of their life from underneath their feet. Do you know what I mean? It's just gone.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yes.
Hopefully it's solved soon. Should be solved soon, hopefully.
It's been a year now. Look.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's like I thought it may be 3 months. I thought it might have been 3 months.
Yeah.
And then it's just gone on and on and on.
The scary thing is that I think we all thought that 2021 would be back to normal, but I don't know anymore. That's the scary thing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You nail on the head, man. It's like, so if we think that after 12 months, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news or anything, but if we're at that point in 12 months and nothing happens for another 12 months, does that mean we're looking at 5?
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
If we're at 12 months now, and then if it's the same in another 12 months, are we looking at another 5 years? That's what I meant.
Fuck. I don't even want to think about that, man. That's crazy.
No.
Yeah, and
it's a good job we got the internet, isn't it?
There are got like many great albums and not being able to play alive, you know.
Yeah, but okay. If it hypothetically, if it did get to that, it would be like back to the tape trading days, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Where you'd be hearing demos and albums of bands from abroad that you wouldn't see. And that's how it used to be.
Yeah.
Unless you were actually living on the same land, on the same continent as them, you would never see them.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, we will see. Crazy times.
Yeah.
I remember I saw Rings of Saturn was the last live gig I saw in Budapest, and I was in the pit and I walked home like euphoric, half drunk, and I was super happy about it. And I thought it would go on like this more or less with maybe like 3 months interruption, and that's it, you know. Like meanwhile, the venue, not even the venue does exist anymore. They closed the venue meanwhile. God knows what will happen to the local music scene here. Weird times.
Yeah, it'll have to survive in some way, won't it? But yeah, it's a shame because everything that has been built up and has been your local places where you go and drink, your local places where you go and see the bands, they're under pressure, and some of them have gone already, and some of them would have gone anyway, I'm sure. But at the same time, it always changes, doesn't it, man? It does. It changes, but this is just accelerating everything.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is that, like, if this delay in like the vaccine is because they haven't got enough vaccine or they don't know how to roll it out fast enough, what have they been doing all this time? You know, whilst the vaccines were getting developed, you know, if it's a case of not being able to distribute it fast enough, fuck, man, like they've had like the whole year to prepare for this. And then like the vaccine's developed and they're like, oh shit, we can't roll it out fast enough. Like, fuck, what have you been doing?
I know, but I'll tell you what, man, the whole, any industry or any business or anything for the last 30 years, the organization of most things since since there's been this like blameless like thing where it's like, oh, well, I did my best, and everyone's okay. Oh, it's all right. He did his best. This has been going on for too fucking long, man. And now it's got to the point where people can get away with not being prepared or not doing what they should have been doing, and it's all too easy to be excused nowadays.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
Like they don't solve the problem until they're doing it. But like
Exactly.
surely for a pandemic that's closed down the world, you think that would change? Okay, fuck. Actually, we really need to like
knuckle down and get on with this. Yeah.
Right.
but we are all human at the end of the day, and we are like that. Like we don't unless someone pushes us. Sometimes we don't take that next step.
Yeah, but I just find that if it's someone's job, they should be doing it, man.
100%, especially for a pandemic.
Yeah,
talking about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just fucking.
I don't know
crazy.
either. I don't know either.
It's so surreal and like a movie, and it's crazy, and it's sad.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
I think the only thing you can do is try and keep your humour amongst it all and just plod along, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah, but I have said what you have as well. You know, it's like partially it's a welcome break as well. For me, it was too crazy, like traveling and working and doing millions of things. So partially it's a good break as well for the whole world, for the environment. Probably it's good, you know. So it's a positive thought I have in my mind. Have you been personally affected by COVID, or some friends or somebody from the band?
Yeah, I've known a few friends that have had a dose of it, and it knocked them off their feet for a bit. But they've been okay. I know of other people that I know from the scene in England that have died from it. They've caught it, and they're in my Facebook friends list. I don't know them personally, but I've definitely 4 or 5 from my Facebook friends list I've posted like, I've got it, I'm struggling, this is like try and keep yourself safe, blah blah blah, and then like a couple of weeks later they've been gone. And it's the guy that lives at the end of my street, he was an older guy, he's not like mega old, he's probably about 10 years older than me, but or maybe a little bit more, but we saw a funeral car, or my missus saw a funeral car up there. This was only yesterday, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, there was a funeral car at the top, and she's like, what's happened? Like, what's happened? And it's like, Paul's died of COVID. And it's like, holy shit, like, I only saw him like 2 weeks ago. We'd like talk to him when he'd be walking past, and we'd have a chat and a laugh and stuff. And they took him away in a hearse yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's definitely about, but what can you, this is what I mean, this is like we were just saying, you'd think people would be making sure that they're doing the pissing job, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
With this.
Yeah.
And it's not, we got our Prime Minister hiding in fridges, hiding in refrigerators so that he doesn't get interviewed. This is what was happening over here. And when you see him on the TV, it's just difficult to take him seriously because he comes across as a berg. So, and he's supposed to be directing proceedings. Do you know what I mean? I don't know either.
Yeah, and just take care.
How's it where you are?
Well, I'm in South America, so here we are like all in a house, but it was so hard these last 2 months because it's summertime, you know, and the place I live has a beach and stuff, so sometimes it's normally here like 35 degrees, so all the people just going to the beach and it's
cool
down
here. But
we have a quarantine specialist here present, actually.
Oh, what? Sorry?
We have a quarantine specialist present here, actually. John.
Yeah, well, so me and Michael both live in Hungary, in Budapest.
Okay.
And we are in lockdown over here. So curfew's at 8 p.m. Everything's closed. And the reason why he calls me a specialist is that I went back to Australia and I had the 5-month lockdown in Australia where everything was literally locked down. And then I survived that, and then I flew to Budapest, and literally the first day I was let out of quarantine in Budapest, the lockdown happened in Hungary. So I went from one lockdown, and when I left Australia, the lockdown opened, like it finished. So that finished, and then I came over here, and the lockdown started here. So, I mean, yeah, for me, the last year's just been basically quarantined, and like, I haven't had a coffee or a beer in a public venue for literally a year.
No, nor me. Yeah.
Hopefully soon, man. Hopefully soon.
Yeah. Want to open up.
Yeah. I'm just lucky I could get out and go to work still.
Yeah. So, what are you guys like in the UK? Are you locked down? Are you quarantined at all?
It's locked down. It's been locked down for, I don't know. I've actually stopped counting. Like, it's just,
who knows? It doesn't matter anymore.
No. I still go out and drive and do what I need to do with work, and Louise, my girlfriend, the same. So for us, things haven't changed that much, other than we've got no social life whatsoever because we can't see any of our friends. So we do it on Zoom or whatever but it's the social life's gone. So we've saved a shitload of money on going out.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
and do you find yourself writing songs or coming up with ideas when you're driving to work and stuff? And do you record them into your phone?
Yeah. Great.
Nice.
Yeah, Sean is a musician himself. That's probably why he's asking.
Not really. I used to be, but sometimes I have some cool ideas. I'm like, oh yeah, I should actually remember this idea. And it's
you have to get them in. This is the thing. I remember people saying to me when I was like first learning to play guitar or starting to write, it was like, when you get an idea, you've got to write it down. You've got to write it down. You've got to get it down. And I just used to think, I'm not fucking doing that when I'm like, I'll do it later. I'll do it later when I get in. And it's always gone. Yeah. It's not quite the same as you had it. It's not quite the same as you had it.
Yeah.
So now, stubbornly, after like God knows how many years, I do it. As soon as I've got something in, I will make sure I've stopped, done it, got it, or written it, or whatever it is.
Yeah. And where do you think you come up with most of your ideas? Is it when you're driving, or when you're walking, or like? Do they just come out of nowhere, or are you sitting?
My guitar ideas, the music for all the guitar stuff that I do. There's not much. Well, there's none of my guitar stuff in the Xentrix last album at all, because I'd like taken over from Chris once he'd left them. But all the ball riff stuff, all the stuff we did, like that was my input on Blaze. It is when I'll sit down and have a drink and a smoke, or one or the other, or both, and write and chill out and just play, just jam about and do stuff. That's all my guitar stuff comes out of that, all of it. And I don't think about it, I just do it. And then if something sounds cool, I just start working on it and then record a bit and then carry on with it. But vocally and lyrically now I'm having to do that. Well, I was doing vocals and like patterns and lyrics for Ball Riff, but that is painstaking for me, and I do that while I'm at work most of the time. I'll be listening to the song that we've got as a demo at work until I've got, because I can just listen to it all day. I'm driving around all day. I'll listen to it, come up with the vocal patterns, come up with an idea for the words, and then just churn it out over a couple of weeks.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Cool. Good use of time.
Yeah, man, I get paid to write the vocal pattern.
Yeah, exactly.
So in one respect, I'm a paid musician.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Yeah, I've had to turn the screw bit to get that, but yeah. That's right. All good.
And how's about your girlfriend? You know, she likes metal music.
Yeah, mom. Yeah, yeah.
Lucky one.
Yeah, well, yeah, it wouldn't. I don't think it would work otherwise. Going away, doing music on it, listening to it all the time, and working on it so much because it takes up a lot of time. It does. It's not something you can do a half hour of here and there. When I can go like a week or two and do nothing at all, but then when I'm working on something, I have to be on it until a point I can leave it at. I can't just go, okay, I've done 20 minutes, I can stop and I'll carry on tomorrow. It's like it has to get to a point where you can safely leave it at to then re-continue it. Yeah, that can go on all night.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, man. That was awesome. It was great talking to you. And hopefully we party at some point in either Patagonia or Budapest or Bristol or somewhere around.
Yeah, definitely.
And see you live above all. Yeah.
Get the band over there,
Thanks
man.
so much, Jay. Thank you so for your time, man.
All good, man. Take it steady, lads.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time.
Cheers, man.
And your words and
no problem.
And everything. Hope to see you soon. On stage.
Yeah. Take it steady.
Yeah.
Catch you later.
Thank you so
safe,
much.
man. See ya.
See ya, Jay.
See you later.